And we're back with another one.
Another one.
Today we are going
Monday.
through, Recap Monday. This is episode 2 for Game of Thrones.
She is my Shiro all season. I feel like she is it for me. But she had a lot of good moments in this episode. I think for 2 that stood out was she was on her way, to King's Landing to kill the queen. That's her mission in life.
Yes.
She runs into Hot Pie at the little, place where he
Whatever.
works.
Yeah.
And, they're just catching up, having a little kiki. And he's like, oh, I thought you would be going home. And she's like, why would I go there? Like, the Boltons are there. Why would I go? He's like, baby. Like, you ain't get those.
You didn't get that message, that memo?
Yeah, you like, Jon Snow went to bed with the bastards. Like, your family is
Back on the throne.
back in control. So she's like, oh my God, I gotta go to Winterfell. I gotta go home. But like that moment, her face just lit up, and finally a glimmer of hope in this poor girl's life.
I know.
She's been on the road
Because it seemed, you know what? I think after what happened at the Red Wedding, I believe that, and I'm not sure, I would have to go back and check. I believe that Arya thought that the rest of her siblings were together. Because you remember, she showed up at the Red Wedding at the very last minute. So everybody was dead. Yeah. Everyone was just gone. I think that she thought she was alone for a very long time. And, I am very intrigued. I am so excited. I can't wait for that Sansa and Arya.
but I feel a way about that now.
Why?
Because Arya had, one of the reunions that we, like the fans, have been waiting for. Arya finally gets to see her direwolf, Nymeria. They meet up, and you thinking, oh my God, like some light in this poor girl's life. But no, Nymeria's like, new phone, who this? I don't know your name.
Oh my God!
She's like, who are you? And that is
No, she knows her.
She knows her, but
She just
like,
don't want to go with her.
Who are you?
Right now. I think that this is going to be, I think this is a very pivotal moment. Now that Nymeria knows that Arya is alive, I believe that's why her eyes changed. If you notice, she was in attack mode, and then they went to normal.
Yeah.
And she just was like, I'm leading a pack. To me, I think that Nymeria is going to come back and kind of like be a savior to Arya when she least expected, but when she most needs her. Because first of all, she knows she's alive. They know each other is alive, and now she knows her sin.
Yeah.
She knows her sin. Remember, Arya was very, very little when she first received that wolf. When she sent her away. Yeah.
But I think, like, for that, if that's any indication of what a reunion would look like for the show, it's like, I don't want miss me with all that BS. I don't want the Starks to ever get together. If it's going to be some type of situation that they put with Nymeria, it's like we finally wanted this reunion to happen, and then like a big letdown.
In my mind, no. In my mind, Jon goes and meets Khaleesi. I believe that they will become the new power couple of the Seven Kingdoms. I know, and that's the bad part about it. I know, but see, that's only if you follow what's been on the internet. If you don't follow what's on the internet, then they possibly could get together. But okay, fine, that's another story. I believe that Jon will return, that Bran will come back from the wall and come to the north, and it'll be Sansa, Arya, Bran, and Jon. I am so here for it.
I would love it.
I would absolutely love it.
They spend so much time apart. I don't know, like how, and I feel like Sansa and Arya was already like, bickering anyway when like Sansa was drinking the Joffrey Kool-Aid. And
I think that Sansa has learned her lesson now. Sansa has grown quite a bit.
She has, but so has Arya.
True.
So, yeah,
True. Fair enough.
Reunion.
Daenerys Stormborn. Targaryen. So now it makes sense. How everyone talks about Daenerys' father.
Okay.
She summons Jon Snow. I'm quite sure everyone saw that. Everybody is telling him like, no.
It's a
Hell
trap.
no. It's a trap.
Her
father was crazy. He did pass down some crazy genes. She probably crazy. It's a trap. Don't go. But he takes it upon himself, and apparently he's going. Now it all makes sense that her father is like this feared mad king.
They afraid of
Yes, and now it makes sense of how the Lannisters came to power, because I never knew how they came, and I was like, well, wait a minute, if this, the original king was a different last name, how is it that they're Lannisters? And you know,
They tried to
Cersei,
fill off the whole like family line, so it wouldn't be anybody else. Like
Cersei, you know what? It brings a whole light to how actually evil Cersei is.
Mm-hmm.
Because did you notice that all 3 of those children were all Lannisters? I mean, she did have them by her brother, but still, if you are having it by someone who is of a king,
yeah,
and you have the king, those children should actually have the king last name.
Yes.
Like, this has a whole G.
okay,
She's like, no, they're Lannisters.
that's what I would do.
No, absolutely. Well, listen, they should be Lannisters because, again, she did have those children by her brother. But moving on.
So we'll see, like,
Yeah.
as Daenerys has her plan to overthrow Cersei, but we're gonna have to see how that really comes into play. What's really annoying is the gag is how did Jon get to Dany in one episode, but yet these damn Stark kids are like missing each other
I don't know.
for several seasons.
I don't know.
How is this happening?
I don't know. It's the writers. It's the writers. I'm just telling you. Speaking of Daenerys' plan, it goes left because of Euron Greyjoy. Did not. Now we're getting into that battle because Daenerys hatches that plan. And she says, you guys are going to go to King's Landing. You're going to surround them.
Yep.
Okay? And you're going to sail. They're not going to see you coming because you have ships. Remember, only the Greyjoy, now the Greyjoys, they're the quote-unquote water people. They're like the navy of this whole 7 kingdoms.
Right.
They are. So what they didn't factor in was their crazy ass, why is it always that one family member though? They crazy ass uncle building a whole fleet.
That's a shame. That whole
Yeah.
scene, that whole last 10 minutes. And it was, Yara about to get some. She was chilling.
I know.
They was about to have a nice little ride back.
It was
But then
so dramatic.
attack.
It was so dramatic, like how it came from out of the shadows.
Yeah.
Oh, it came and I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, and in the middle of the night, you're not even, like, I guess that's the point of a sneak attack.
I know.
So you won't be prepared.
And the thing that killed me was like, they didn't have the same weapons on their ships. Like, didn't y'all build those ships first?
Exactly.
Wouldn't you have known to do that to those ships as well? But I guess if it's a sneak attack, you don't have time.
They got so caught off guard.
Yeah, so caught off guard.
So this moment is why the fandom is divided. The last real moment of the episode is Theon jumping off the ship. Like, his sister is being held captive by their uncle, and the uncle is basically saying, like, come and get her. Like, this is your sister, help her. And Theon jumps. Like, he kind of contemplates. He's looking at his surroundings, seeing all the, the gore, the blood around him, and he's just like, you know what, I'm out, and he jumps. So people are like, they understand it. It's like, you know what, somebody needs to be alive to tell the tale of what happened here. And other people are like, he's suffering trauma from Ramsay Bolton. Like, he's so traumatized that he's just like, I can't go back to that torture life anymore. So the sister has to take one for the team, which is a shame. I mean, I hope you don't kill her.
I don't think he killed her. I think with someone like Euron, I think that he gets more pleasure out of possibly keeping her as a slave, torturing her, because she is very strong-willed. And on top of that, she's a strong-willed woman. So here's my thing about Theon. And I do feel bad about him. No, because this is about to get real serious. I believe that Theon has PTSD. Mm-hmm. If you ever know anybody who's been in the military, and not to get all sappy or whatever, I had someone very close to me that was in the military, and unfortunately they returned just not alive. In hindsight, that was years ago, and then thinking about it, and then knowing people who did come back, I am actually kind of happy because I don't even want to imagine how they would have come back after being in that type of situation, being out on the front lines, being a prisoner of war. We as civilians don't know what they go through. So in a way, my heart goes out to Theon. I hope that one day in the series that he finds his strength to overcome. I hope that he becomes the Theon Greyjoy before he met Ramsay Bolton. Mm-hmm. I really do.
He's a completely different character than he was season 1 to right now.
Let's be honest, like he's broken. Theon was a prisoner of war, and I feel for him. And like, to be perfectly honest, I would have loved for him to charge on his uncle, but I get it. I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
That would have been a surprise for me if he would have charged on his uncle. The fact that he is still in the water kind of gives me a glimmer of hope that maybe he'll survive and he will get it together.
Yeah.
Like maybe, avenge everything, because if he kills his sister, then he is the only Greyjoy left, because Euron killed his father, and then you think about all these different things. His best friend is killed, and it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
Another point is Sansa is now acting Queen of the North.
Interesting.
With Jon, going to go see Daenerys. She needed to be in that position of power, and at first, like, she was a little taken back by it, because she's like, "You're leaving. We need you here." And he's like, "No, we got you here." So she's like, "Oh snap! Like, I can be queen."
See, my only concern about that is that now that damn Littlefoot, that pedophile. Listen, we went. If you did not see the last episode, I'm going to put it somewhere. Okay, maybe in the description box, we'll leave a link. Okay, description box link. There we go. He is a straight pedophile. I did the math last week. Okay, Sansa is no more than 15, 16.
Not of age.
She is nowhere near of age. And I understand that that's how they did it back in the day and everything else. But this is an older man. He is an older grown man. I'm going to give him in his mid to late 20s.
I mean, even still, look at, what's his name? Frey. Before Arya took him out. Look at all his little wives. Like, those girls are babies.
Pedophiles. You know what? And I think that nobody actually we're going to have a whole episode on how these writers actually, have us like skipping over the fact of all these social injustice.
Yes.
Like, pedophilia, adultery, incest. Like, I don't think anybody, how does Cersei essentially get raped by her brother? Do you remember that? Why am I laughing? Oh my God. This is horrible. Why am I laughing?
She's uncomfortable with it.
But she essentially gets raped by her brother. And you have this whole multitude of people. Like, everybody on Twitter was like, that's what she get. Okay. That's what she get. I just can't. It's so... Yeah. I'm done. Yeah. I'm done with that rant. I'm sorry, guys. I'm done. Ooh. But yeah, this was... It was a good night in TV.
And I feel like even like there's the second episode in the Game of Thrones, and it's like, where do you go from here? Like, they just been, I mean, the show has always been good, but I feel like they know their days are numbered, and they want to make us love them one more time.
Oh, and if Cersei touches one scale on those dragons,
okay,
I hope someone chops her head off. See, again, look at this. They got me resorting violence over here.
It's just the way it's shown.
That, I can't. Nope.
Yeah, not the babies.
Not the babies.
Not the babies.
Well, they full grown now, but still, not the babies. All right, guys, that is it.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Episode 2.
Yeah.
Lord, it's a lot. We will be here again next week, so be sure to follow us, and we will have something special to announce on our next weekly? Our weekly episode?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Peace.